Welcome back to GSL Code S with Tastosis. We're going to the losers match, and now is the phase in the show where we get to see who's going to be knocked out first.
Well, we
already know Reigns moved on up. Sorry, go ahead, Artosis.
I was going to say it's either going to be SonGDuri or KangHo here getting knocked out. I could definitely see that going either way. And whoever goes up against True, it's going to be a very hard match.
It really
a player
is.
like True, he's one of these players that forces you to play on his level where there's going to be a lot of aggression in there. He can definitely play a macro game too, though.
You know what I just realized, Artosis? These two guys had the best intros.
They did.
This is the battle of the good intros. You watch. You start the VOD over, guys. You tell me who's the best.
It's SonGDuri.
It's not Gumiho.
It's not Gumiho, no.
Younghwa was not convincing with his hand wave.
Yeah, I wasn't. I feel like Younghwa should be putting his hand out like a stop sign because he stops you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right, so SonGDuri against KangHo here. The first map is Belshir Vestige. Kodas is back, guys. So is Tastosis. We got the best players in the world here in the best tournament in the world, the most competitive and best produced here at GOMTV.net, because we only bring quality. This is the GSL Code S.
I'm excited by the way my heart is beating. I'm gonna need a right to help control my breathing. Communicating with bases like I can.
In the upper left starting location, we have our player barely losing to rain. He is
CJN2 SonGDuri.
So tasteless posture. And down here in the bottom, we have our Zerg player who had a hard time against True. He is
LGIM KangHo.
Now, of course, this is a very important match for both players. SonGDuri, he wants to make his name out here. He wants to do better and better. But I would argue that it's kind of more important for KangHo in some ways. Because right now in WCS points, he's in like 28th place. And, he's done well enough. He has a decent amount of points. If he kills it for the rest of the year, he can still make it to BlizzCon. Whereas SonGDuri has literally zero chance. SonGDuri will not be a BlizzCon, guys. I'm so sorry. He's not going. But KangHo does have some sort of shot. But if he goes out here, basically, no, he's not going. There's no way.
Man, the hatchery now going to come down here for KangHo. Different build here for SonGDuri. He is going for a spawning pool.
The spawning pool, in some ways, is safer, but since 10-pool Bane doesn't really work anymore, I feel like it should just be spawning pool first. But SonGDuri playing the way that he wants to play. Both these builds will probably end up at just about the same place in a few minutes.
Yeah. By the way, guys, the winner of this does go on to face off against True. If you're just now joining us. Now, True, I would say, probably has an advantage against both of these players.
Yep, maybe. Yeah, maybe a slight advantage. I would say, it's just the way he plays is very dangerous. I don't want to say he's just simply better than them at ZVZ.
No, I'm definitely not saying that, but I am saying that, he's a tricky guy to navigate against in a game.
Very true. He kind of controls ZVZ a lot in that way, whereas I feel like he has KangHo's style down pretty well. KangHo, there's like infinity games that you can watch of KangHo, and he's never deviated too much in his styles. By the way, was that a not mining drone?
It was. Oh, are you all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only a plastic keyboard. I'm fine.
All right. We had a keyboard pop the table. That was a not mining drone, but he got that mining again.
Thank God. That'd have been a travesty. KangHo is... No, everything's looking just about right. Pretty normal.
And that Overlord actually gets away. Wow. He's going to make this into an extractor and then cancel that a little bit later on here so he can get that drone back to mining.
Very much like the early Reaper expands. He's going to continue to run this round because he wants to kill that drone when it comes off.
Oh, nice save there.
Yep. And that is the end of that little harassment. I liked it, though. It was It's a smart little move. And KangHo with such an early spine crawler and no gases, I think he is going to play that very mineral-heavy style again.
Yeah.
Ooh, SonGDuri grabbing that Baneling Nest right away. So, not necessarily going to get aggressive, but the fact that he's still mining...
Potentially.
Yeah, he's still mining with 3 on gas, so there's definitely the possibility that he's going to go for that. We'll see. If he wants to go for it, he's going to stop drones pretty soon here.
You got to keep in mind, guys, that there's actually... Oh, my God. I thought he was actually going for that creep tumor. I'm like, worst move there. Yeah, you have to keep in mind there's so many ZVZs that are happening today. It's going to be pretty hard when they're going up against True. For True not to be able to have a fairly good idea of what kind of play they were planning on having coming in here, you know?
Yeah, I have to agree there.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
About 10 more Lings on the way right now for SonGDuri, so it looks like he's going to go down and put on a little bit of pressure, but KangHo is actually sealing the door. He's making the complete wall, and he has a spine crawler. Currently, he has 4 queens, so no real chance for a wee, measly 12 Lings to actually break through here.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not an all-in, and this is not going to be much of a game changer, unless for some reason KangHo completely screws up and lets him in. Well, but I don't think that's going to happen.
You know, the nice thing that this does do, Taste, is...
Okay.
Oh, well, I guess...
Speak of the devil. All right, so the Lings now actually do get in.
That's painful.
Probably going to go for a queen snipe here, as well as getting some drones. Nice
really
positioning there with the queen.
Super well done, but still gets a little bit of a surround. He's going to end up killing that queen. That was really lucky by SonGDuri, really unfortunate by KangHo, but of course KangHo's mistake there to not be a bit more careful. Now with those 2 banelings.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of potential damage that can be done here.
Oh my God. He's got to be careful.
All right.
Yep. Could have gotten more, but I think he saw the queen coming in there and said, all right, let's just detonate this guy.
8 drone kills at this point in the game is pretty darn nice, I have to say. And he's going right into Spire, too, so it's like a perfect choices here.
Yeah, he got another one.
Wow.
Damn.
Well, KangHo has to be killing himself. You know, this happens to every race every now and then where, like, you don't raise your depot when you send out your scout
You
SCV,
don't have hold position with the Zealot at that blockade or something like that.
Or your queen steps out of position in ZVZ and Zerglings run in. And it's something that happens to the best of us and the worst of us. And in this case, the best of us, KangHo, taking a lot of damage there. And he's still going to go with his Roach-based play, but complete map control for the next very long time for SonGDuri here. He's even making a lot of spines because he knows that there may be some sort of timing attack that KangHo tries to hit. Look at that. He's even bringing the Overseer to pick off creep tumors. This is so smart.
He is so good.
This makes it so if he wants to attack, he's going to have to wait so long because the queens aren't going to be able to really be out there to stop the mutas, and Hydras, he's going to have to get speed and range.
We don't see this enough, actually. And a nice surround.
Oh, my God.
Now, he has some transfuses, but it's not going to last forever. And again, this is like actually not okay at all for KangHo. This is not supposed to be going on still. We have 9 mutas on the way, and queens are being picked off here, which means the mutas are going to have a lot more power going into that base.
You know what this looks like for KangHo? You know how you wake up and you're kind of tired in the morning, and you play your first game, and you're like, that doesn't count. I wasn't ready yet.
Yeah.
That's what this kind of looks
exactly
like. Everything has gone wrong for him, like things you wouldn't expect for someone of KangHo's level to have go wrong. Really rough. And look at this. SonGDuri, beautiful behind this, making extra Lings to make sure he doesn't die, getting his Roach Horn, getting an Evolution Chamber. So he'll be behind on upgrades, but he's going to be ahead on economy, and he's switching into Roaches.
Notice the mutas did not try to get additional Overlords when they were coming down here. Instead, they went right into the main because he says, all right, this guy's down on Queens. I can do a lot of damage here in this short window of time and maybe try to focus on Overlords later. Now, KangHo is doing a counterattack here with the Roaches, which I don't believe is going to work.
Well, this is why SonGDuri was actually making the Spine Crawlers before. Now he has all these extra Lings just to be safe, like we were talking about before. Might be smarter for KangHo to try to kill the third base. I like that burrow move. Very nicely done by KangHo.
All right, KangHo now splitting up. Half the army going to the main, the other half going to the third.
Well, we'll see how well he can actually deal with this all over the place. Looks like he has enough units for now that this isn't going to be the biggest deal. As long as he doesn't really lose everything at that third, SonGDuri is gaining a huge advantage.
Yeah. Looks like one queen's going to be picked off as well as a second. But this is just not enough damage. You know, he could actually... Oh, there's not quite enough units there. All right, he does get that taken out. Could go for the Roach Warren here and the Evolution Chambers as well.
Those roaches, looks like they are done here. And actually, SonGDuri's making one more muta, so he's going up to 6 again.
I don't know if he was babysitting that group of mutas that well.
I think,
He got back there and there was 5 mutas all of a sudden. I'm like, what?
Well, those spores kill him pretty quick.
Get this third base here?
That would actually be really painful. Runs from the 2-lings. If he suicides those roaches, I think he's got it.
Let's see. That's a lot of roaches there.
He gets out of there. So, you know what? That third base staying up is so big, and now look at this. Oh, God, SonGDuri is just killing KangHo right now.
KangHo's definitely going to be shaken going into game number 2 here if he loses this. This is like a painful way to lose, guys.
Yes,
this is like,
it is.
This is like I stepped on a rake and whacked me in the nose, and then I sat down on wet paint, and slipped on a banana peel.
Everything just so wrong for him here. You're completely right about that. And SonGDuri's actually getting roach burrow movement right now without burrow, which is kind of neat.
That's a sick strat.
Yeah. They actually take the same amount of time to upgrade, so I'd love to see him have started that already. But here we go. Big attack here at the front. Oh,
nice
missed fungal. That missed fungal. Very, very painful indeed. The mutas come in, but actually with 2 spores there, they are not going to help even a little bit.
All right, he takes out one of those spores. The mutas will not come back in here. I still don't know how effective they're actually going to be. And it looks like KangHo should actually hold this here.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Bit of an overextension there from SonGDuri.
He definitely lost a lot of units there, but you know what? Killing off some buildings, killing off some units, making him waste those fungals, definitely helping him as well. And as long as he sits back and continues to macro, I don't think he's going to be too sad with the spot he's in. He's down an upgrade, or actually he's down 2 upgrades. Sorry.
Or dead even.
The 2 upgrades is something that's kind of scary here. So we'll see about that. And there is Burrow out, so KangHo might be able to get something to happen here.
Well, KangHo's forces are now barreling towards, they were barreling towards the second. Now they're going to come in from a different angle, it looks like. Really, every second counts in a moment like this when you start to, game starts to balance out a little bit.
It certainly does. And
I'm surprised SonGDuri actually attacked the front there.
I think he may have thought he was a little bit further ahead than he truly was. Probably wanted to pick off some buildings, see if he could just make something happen.
Yeah.
Not working out that time. And in a lot of ways, KangHo is catching up. He is making quite a few roaches. As far as drones go, he's trying to catch up slowly but surely. And he's getting a good amount of infestors. He's got 7 out now. So that's the 2 upgrades, which is about to be 1 upgrade advantage for KangHo, and then the 7 infestors. That's everything that he's really got going for him.
Yeah, I mean, KangHo is a really, really solid player. He's performed very well in plenty of tournaments all over the world, so you can't really count the guy out. But I feel like if KangHo wins this, it's almost more SonGDuri's fault than KangHo's. I mean, I guess let's say it's a combination. Actually, it's KangHo's a genius and SonGDuri throwing the game away because the lead that he had here, the number of errors
pretty
that
substantial.
KangHo made early on, nothing made it necessary to attack that second base. You're up on 3 bases. Guess whose problem that is to figure out what to do? It's KangHo's. It's not SonGDuri. He doesn't need to go try to do anything fancy. It's like Artosis always says, what do you do when you're ahead? You get more ahead.
And he would have been more ahead if he had chilled with his units for a little bit longer. That is a certainty. And at this point, he is going into Hydra, so this is kind of what we're going to see here is like the older school Zerg coming out of KangHo, where it's Roach Infester, against the like the way that Symbol oftentimes plays, where there's no Infestors, just a lot of Roaches and a lot of Hydras coming out of SonGDuri.
Kind of an inappropriate number of Roaches there to have.
5 Roaches to hold the tower?
Yeah, well, it's just like you either have 1 or have your whole army there because...
Right there, those mutas.
5 Roaches are a lot to lose. Is he going to let that changeling stay there? Huh.
Up in the top left of the map, there are like a ton of overlords.
Oh, yeah, there are.
And actually, this just reminded me of a quick, funny little story. Sen in Starcraft 1 used to do that a lot, where he'd keep all his overlords in one area. Yeah. And I remember this one game because I just knew Sen. I just blindly made 5 Valkyries and sent them there and killed them all, and he just typed BM to me. And then he beat me because I bought 5 Valkyries.
Yeah, right.
It was pretty funny. Anyways, we do have KangHo moving out. He is maxed out at this point. For Roach counts, for KangHo, it's 54 against 30, but then there's 22 Hydras out for SonGDuri, and then 7 Infestors for KangHo. So, We'll see what the fungals look like, what the concaves look like. That's all going to really come into play. And the fact that they're over on SonGDuri's side of the map is definitely going to be good for SonGDuri.
All right. SonGDuri actually now doing an expansion attack over there at the left, but also at the bottom. We just caught this now. SonGDuri doing a lot of damage over here. He's going to take out a lot of these drones. I'm actually surprised he's attacking with the drones, in fact. Perhaps better off to just evacuate them and wait for your army to come over there.
We have quite a few roaches coming down to actually counter this.
Now, this is those small roach attacks that I was talking about, guys, that then can allow you to get their entire army out of position. SonGDuri doing a pretty good job. By the way, KangHo taking the bottom left and the bottom right.
I love this, by the way, utilizing this roach burrow movement. There is a spore there, so it doesn't look like it's going to work out all that well, but
well, he could just
unburrow and run by. That works as well.
SonGDuri
A cancel on that fifth.
Yeah, very nice. Now he can do some burrowing in the main if he stays away from that spore, or if he kills that spore, whichever.
Well, he's just trying to use up KangHo's time right now as he gets his gas mining at his fourth base. His army also kind of patrolling the map at the moment. KangHo trying for the same type of move, but with that many spines back there for SonGDuri, the single roach isn't going to do anything.
Yeah, it's just not quite enough. Maxed out players now.
And we do have pathogen glands and a hive coming up for SonGDuri, so we're going to see some further tech from him. It's kind of funny to say, but I really, it looks like it's... Ooh, hold on. We actually have a fungal growth coming out.
Perfect fungal growth. He could not get more value for the surface area of damage that was dished out on.
SonGDuri's army just not engaging correctly here. KangHo catching him completely out of position.
There's plenty more fungals. A missed fungal there. Now this base is exposed. SonGDuri coming up over here to the fourth. KangHo, my God, playing absolutely brilliantly.
That was just a perfect engagement for him, Tasis. I have to say, I think that overall SonGDuri was doing a great job with his strategy and with his play, but he was out of position there a little bit, and those fungals caught him right on the ramp where he was clumped up. Not all his units were fighting. KangHo split the right number of roaches to kill the top part of the army that was free, kept fungling the bottom part. That was beautiful by KangHo.
All right, the roaches now coming out here. And it looks like they're going to go for the third here. And I think this actually is going to be the killing blow, where SonGDuri, who had such a massive lead, is now going to lose this game. Yeah, nice fungals. Ooh. This is the neck-breaking move here, as KangHo is going to go up 1-0 after an incredible turn of events here. Looked like this game was going to be over a little while ago, but SonGDuri too aggressive there, and at that point in time when he was ahead, threw away his advantage. And KangHo is going to be your winner for game number one.
You cannot underestimate KangHo and what he can do with infestors. This guy is going infestors before they were the best and then after they were the best. And showing a lot of skill there.
Man,
that one engagement. Of course, the first attack that SonGDuri did, the first big attack with the Roach army, definitely didn't do what he was looking for. Helped Losira to start coming back. He was down upgrades. There were a lot of spines there. There were buildings in the way. KangHo just held just right. Yep. But then I think the bigger part really was that engagement at SonGDuri's fourth. He was just caught. That's the simple of it. If that was more of an open area, if he had a better spread, that battle is not so one-sided.
Man, KangHo has got to be high on life after that.
Certainly. I'm sure that he thought he was going to lose at different points.
I would feel like such a badass if I was KangHo right now after a game like that.
Well, he is a badass after a game like that, Tasteless. SonGDuri thought he won, and then KangHo got on his Harley Davidson and went off a ramp.
With his leather jacket and everything.
Yes.
Man.
Helmet? No.
He's going to wear a helmet?
No. He had +1 carapace. He didn't need a helmet.
Man. All right, well, SonGDuri, in this game, he's not allowed to make any more mistakes. I think SonGDuri has been playing very well.
Yes.
But everybody else today has an answer.
It seems that way, but you know what? I feel like he's much better than fourth in this group. I think he's third best player in this group, but I think he's close.
Wait, you put KangHo at second?
Yeah, I put Rain first, KangHo second, SonGDuri third, but I think SonGDuri's really close and comparable to KangHo, to be honest.
Wow. Well, Yeonsu is the map. And we're going to find out if, right now, KangHo is going to close this out, or SonGDuri to turn this around, as everything's on the line. This is the most prestigious StarCraft 2 tournament in the world, GSL Code S.